Are you ready to start this podcast, Michael? I think you are, because you look sleepy. So hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Spectacular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit, mostly shit. And I am one of your hosts, co-hosts, I guess, Brandon Aquino. We're going to say last names now, Mike. Are you okay with that? Good.
Did you say that just because you forgot? You said the last name?
And I'm joined by my best friend,
Mike Vera.
Okay. And I think, I don't know when I thought about that. Like, I was like, you know what? Who gives a shit? Because we've talked about Man Beast and other things. And if people look that up, they'll see our names.
What?
Yeah. Who'd have thought? So, but we, again, are a podcast that talks about movies and shit.
I thought you had used my my movie name.
Oh, yeah?
Bicep Smithereens.
Yeah. Brawny Bicep Magoo. Brown Sugar. Oh, no,
Girth Work Hard.
What about like... I got nothing. I don't.
Okay.
So anyway, we're still doing the ABCs of Spectacular, and today we are on the K's and L's. And Mike, what movies are we doing for these?
Well,
letters?
we have quite the duo for you.
There's quite the duo.
We're doing the classic, beloved, award-winning Kindergarten Cop,
Right.
and it's a movie called La La Land.
La La Land.
Okay. La La Land.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we got going today.
Okay, so we're starting with the K, of course. So why don't you tell us who's in that movie?
Kindergarten Cop from 1990.
I was 6 years old. No, I was 5 years old.
You're 4 years old.
Well, depending on what month of the year this came out, let's just say I was 5. I was born in 86. Oh. That's math for everybody. Mike gave me this longest stare.
Yeah. It's tough, guys.
I was thinking, okay, that's fine. Anyway,
Oh,
so
that's saying
4 years old.
Does this sound weird?
What?
Pause. It's like I feel like spicy
What do you mean? Like hot?
or metallic-y.
It sounds fine.
Does it sound fine to you?
Yeah.
You sure? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. This is how I'm speaking. It just I don't know. It's like a
Okay, I'll stop it. So we're right about to talk about who's in the movie and
Is
stuff.
the treble too low or something?
No, I can't adjust that technically.
Okay.
You sound fine, but I'll stop it.
No. It's, I mean, if you think it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
Would you listen back to it a little bit?
So you want me to stop it and listen to it?
Kinda.
Okay. Okay, we're back. So we're just testing some audio real quick. So Mike, why don't you tell us about Kindergarten Cop, who's in it, and the synopsis?
Synopsize. Kindergarten Cop from 1990. A tough cop must pose as a kindergarten teacher in order to locate a dangerous criminal's ex-wife who may hold the key to putting him behind bars. Directed by one Ivan Reitman.
I was surprised when I saw that.
I thought the same thing.
When I was writing the bio for the Iron Man and whatever Justice League, I was like, Ivan did this movie?
Yeah.
And it kind of makes sense.
Well, as it got further into the 90s, it got a little dicier with the movies and stuff like that. But
That's fine.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Written by a couple of schmucks. I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah.
No, Herschel Weingrod and Timothy Harris.
Okay.
Starring the one, the only. Sylvester. No.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, you should have said, what's her name? The redhead. The one and only. And then
Pamela Reed.
and I fucking loved her.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Arnold Schwarzenegger.
As Detective John Gimbal.
Yeah.
Penelope Ann Miller as Joyce. Pamela Reed as Phoebe. Richard Tyson as Crisp. That's how I like to say his name. Crisp. Carol Baker.
I was about to say.
As his mom Eleanor, and then a bunch of other. Oh, a couple twins. Joseph and Christian cousins.
Yeah. I didn't know they were
Who are
twins. Until
brothers, even though the last name's cousins.
Yeah.
Plays Dominique. That's who cares.
When I was writing
there for like 5 seconds too.
When I was writing the bio, I was like, oh, we have another Big Daddy, like with the,
Yes.
or Full House. And so
Were there Cody and something?
Oh yeah. You're
Zach
absolutely
and
right.
Cody.
Zach and Cody Banks. And they're one of them. I don't know which one it is. Kind of problematic right now, but
No, I think you're thinking of Drake and Josh.
no, I know what I'm thinking of. Like one of the brothers was just on a podcast.
Drake is all like he was in the woods or something, and they just found
No,
him.
I understand what you're talking about. I know, and like, 'cause he's fine. They thought he was like in danger, but he's just fucking nuts. No, but it was one of the Sprouses. They one of them was on a
I thought you said his
podcast.
name was Banks.
I know. I don't know why I said Banks. I think I was thinking Agent Cody Banks. and that's fucking Frankie Muniz.
Gotcha.
So, but one of them was on a podcast and he was saying some shit, and apparently he got some backlash for it, like on his and how he dates and stuff like that, and how it's just kind of shitty. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyhow, that mom though, she wasn't in it too much. That lady was like fucking ride or die, like doing whatever she could, not only for her son, but like, to get him out of prison or jail to, get the drug he did.
Oh,
but like, she'll do whatever.
Wait. You just jumped right into that. What?
I don't care.
Explain.
Like, I'm just saying that. Okay.
Things.
So
Okay.
like
Crisp is mom. Crisp is mom.
Crisp's mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's start it over, because I'm perfectly fine going all over the place with this stuff. But
Yeah,
I know you kind of like to go in segments of the order.
So let's start
Okay.
with number one in Austria in 1947.
Yes. A tender Jonathan Kimball was born. And he came out of the womb like, and he already had the gut too.
So what is your history with this movie? I'm assuming you've seen it many times because you are a avid Arnold Schwarzenegger fan.
As you are.
Correct.
But yeah, I have seen this many times. Not as many times as Terminator 2 or True Lies.
Did you own it on VHS as a youth?
Yeah. Well, my dad
As
did, but
I.
yeah. And was your Terminator 2 two VHSs?
Now that you say that, I don't think so. But
I know Titanic was.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's
like a
for like
4-hour movie.
3 hour movies.
Yeah.
Or like that.
I could have swore our Terminator 2 was 2 VHS, but maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, so I have seen this movie many times, and every time I've seen it, I've loved it because it's silly, but it's heartfelt. And this was one of Arnold's first movies where he actually had to have a range in acting. He didn't have to be a robot. He didn't have to be a barbarian. He was a detective John Kimball. So at first, he comes out like angry, but then he has to show that.
He's so scruffy. That's a fake beard, right?
Oh, 100%. When the only reason why I thought about it, at first I was like, that looks great, until he was in the police station and he pushed Crisp like down, and they did kind of like a close-up of it, and the one edge of it looked just off, and I was like, damn it, if that's not his beard, I just getting so hard for that.
Yeah.
And so it did look good. But anyway, so let's start from the
Maybe
beginning.
it was one of those things where like at some point some scenes are real beard and then they had to do reshoots.
Yeah,
So you had to tape a beard to his face.
Yeah. And if they did, it's fine. Like
That might have been in some type of research if I was one to do research.
Sure,
I
yeah.
am not, so I didn't.
Correct.
So we'll never know.
So this movie,
Don't even look it up, people.
the movie starts in a mall as Arnold is following Crisp, because he's been following Crisp for years for just his illegal doings. And
Because I guess he's like a mid-level drug dealer.
I think so.
Okay.
Like Arnold wants his higher ups, so he's been following this guy.
I need to know the names of your dealers, your suppliers.
And who is your daddy, and what does he do?
He has a lot of questions. In this
He
movie.
does, and they want them answered immediately. So he's following him in the mall, which is the Main Place Mall, which is in Orange County, and
California.
yes, could be Canada. It's
Florida
not, it's
has an
California.
Orange County too.
Oh, they do. That's right. We don't talk about Florida.
No.
That place is just trash. That place is trash.
It's trash.
It's trash.
Nah, I feel bad. They're fucking underwater right now.
Well, they should have thought of that before they did the levees. I got nothing. I've seen them.
If it keeps on raining, the levees good. Bingo.
I saw some drone footage of it. Like, that's a bummer. It's like main
sucks.
streets just fucking. But like, how do they?
You know what's scary? The airport.
I saw a video of that too. Like, that was like waist level nearly.
Ooh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Well, initially the first video I saw of it was like up to about a tire.
There's like one dude like with like the water plate. He's like,
Yeah.
see you later, suckers.
You lose. It's still somehow.
He's about to get up, and the alligator just brings it back down.
What is that fucking alligator called from Lake Placid? Like that somehow that fucking alligator got there. So because that's not a crocodile. Crocodiles are different. So
Crocosaurus.
I put in here that men with ponytails are just always suspect. Like, you can't. And I told you this before we started watching. We didn't watch it together, but before we decided the movie, really, that Crisp reminds me of Crispin Glover, and you don't agree with me.
Not in the
But
slightest.
I think they have similarities in the creepy ponytail.
Name one.
The ponytail. Got it. Nailed it. And they're both fucking
He
creepy.
has a ponytail.
Yeah, he did. And
He has weird bangs or something.
that was in Back to the Future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the only Crispin that counts.
What do you? Not the Charlie's Angels.
God no.
No. Okay. The first
Definitely
one
not
wasn't that
fucking
bad.
Willard.
Okay, yeah, we don't talk about that. With the rats, which I actually heard was an okay movie, but or did you want to do Willard? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that
Yeah, when we get to W's.
When we get to W?
Yeah.
If it's not Willard, then we got to do Willow, and if it's not Willow, then we got to do
Willow.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit or something.
Oh my God,
That'd be a
yes.
great movie to do. So anyhow, what else? So what in this movie? Did you like this movie growing up?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's like one of those things again that's like ingrained in my DNA at this point. I don't even know if I loved it or it was just we had it on tape, so I just watched it a bajillion times. Because watching it now, of course, there's like some parts I'm like, I don't know about that.
Well, something.
But so it's hard to be like objective about it because you love it so much. But you know, it's fine.
There's one scene in this movie that was I was like perplexed. I was flummoxed even, and
Perturbed.
Sure, that's too far. No, that's too far.
Okay, yeah.
And you might agree. It was near the end of the movie. Arnold's in his hospital bed, and she's like the redhead
Kiss on the lips.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm like, I'm gonna kiss you, and he's like, they just do it.
Just do it.
So my note. Come on, just kiss me. Come on, just do it. Come on. What the fuck was that? I don't understand that. Like why did
adults kissing each other on the lips?
I don't get that.
Kind of wet smooches.
Like
Did you guys hear that?
He didn't save her life. She saved his, and she's like, "I'm gonna kiss you," and then I'm thinking, I don't remember that scene at all. I was thinking like a peck or something, but it was just straight lip to lip. So my question is that how things were in the 90s? Like cool? Like just kissing your partner, kissing your friend. And I know you both just went through a very traumatic thing. Like Arnold, you're about to get killed by this deranged woman.
Because I mean, there's another hospital scene in Winwibba, and they cry, but they don't kiss.
No, with
Renner.
Yeah, I was gonna say Piven. Yeah, and Elizabeth, but that's different too because they both just went through some gnarly shit, and she just had a guy that was about to point a gun at her and kill her too, and she just saw all these other dudes around her get fucking mowed down in a very epic scene, but still like I didn't get that.
Yeah.
So that was just something. That was the only thing really. Everything else in the movie seemed it's fine the way it was, except for that mom. And the mom-son relationship was very creepy. But,
Yeah.
like when they were in that drugstore, like mother, you always gave me this stuff and you never got sick. And then he turns to the camera, technically the guy, and is like, "How do you argue with that?" And I was like, But again, I think that's the point, right? He's fucked up. Like his mom fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so you watched this movie a lot growing up. Would you say this movie is on your Mount Rushmore of Arnold?
Oh. How many heads are on the 4?
Lincoln, Washington, the other 2.
Yeah, the rest.
I think there's Jefferson. He wasn't a president. Thomas Jefferson. Okay, well there you go. I think, and
You're thinking of Ben Franklin wasn't the president,
but he's on the Benjamin, so he's on the largest.
Anyway,
we have.
What were we gonna say?
The Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore of Arnold.
Yeah.
It would be Terminator 2, Predator, True Lies, and
Red Sonja.
And
No.
The Sixth Day.
No,
Collateral Damage.
Yeah, it's Collateral Damage.
Now, what's the cowboy one?
It's twins. Cowboy. Oh,
or the sheriffy, deserty one
with Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
I think is what it was. Yeah.
What's the zombie daughter one?
Oh fuck. That's with what's her name too from Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah, Abigail
I
Breslin.
don't remember. I know what you're talking about.
It's called Rawr.
Yeah, no, it's Expendables Arnold. It's what's another shit movie Arnold's. He's done plenty now, but so that's very similar how mine would be too. Terminator 2, True Lies, Predator, and the last one, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence because he's done a few just straight comedy movies, but Commando might be it. Like, because Commando is just another all just pure ridiculous action with one-liners. Running Man, possibly.
You know what? Like just the amount of times that I've seen it. Yeah, I guess Kindergarten Cop would be on there. Just because the amount of quotes and quotables.
I cried in the movie, like in the end when he was getting carted away, and the kid's like, "Mr. Kimball," and he didn't respond. Then the kids kind of chase after a little bit. I was like, "Fuck!" And then at the end, they're like, "Mr. Kimball," and they're all happy again. He's like, "I'm not a cop anymore. I'm a fucking teacher." And
Wait.
which that's not legal, mind you.
Does he do that?
Yeah, he goes.
He quits?
He's fucking gonna teach.
No way.
Yeah, he gives up his life of detective work.
Does he say that though, or you
He
just
doesn't
assume
explicitly
that
say that, but I'm going to the assumption with him coming back
to the school
to do it. Yeah, and then I thought too for that teacher that was there, I was like, "You're just there." You're like she's in the background like clapping with the kids, and I was like,
"Yay, I'm fired!"
Yeah, you're out of here, bitch! Like get the fuck out. Yeah.
No, she was the 20-year teacher that he
took their place.
Took her place.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm glad I'm back. Oh, you're leaving again? Okay. Well, I sold and bought and rebought my house for $100,000 more. Now I have to sell it again.
Yeah.
Take a loss.
Yeah. You gotta take that L. Handcuffing the girl to the dead guy. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's very rough. But I understand. What are you gonna cuff her to? She's gonna run. Like you got to do something.
Once again, like it just. That kind of stuff just never dawns on me, like as a kid watching it. I'm watching it, like, oh, that's why she's so mad at him.
Yeah.
Hey, go over to a dead guy.
Yeah.
I know what you want. But you're not gonna get it.
And she's a fucking heroin addict.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's a little rough. And
so what happens is because once again we're not explaining anything.
We don't need to.
Crisp kills one of his junkies, I guess, for some information about where his ex-wife is.
No. Well, he does kill him for that, but the guy calls Crisp to tell him this. So Crisp didn't know what was going on. I believe.
Again, though, like why kill him?
I have no idea.
Because he
knows, maybe because he can alert her, or I don't know what.
I guess so.
Which is kind
doesn't
of
want to pay the money.
That too, because you find out later that she never took the money. He just said that so that way people would find him.
So what happened to the money?
He had it the whole time. Like he probably just didn't. He just left it in his bank. I don't know. Because remember when they ran her bank accounts, she's like she has $1,000 in her savings and this like there's no money. He's like there's gotta be
looking. I feel it.
Yeah, yeah. And she's like, dude, she ain't got that money.
And Phoebes looks down at his cars like, oh yeah, I can tell you're feeling something.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you feed this thing? Blondes. But I put renegade cops. I'm not sure why I put that note, but
probably because he just walks into a building in downtown LA and just starts fucking blasting.
That could be it too, because I think no, it wasn't that part yet. But yes, I mean that scene alone. Why did those dudes just start shooting at him? And he didn't kill either of them.
No.
And he's a cop. He didn't go after him because they ran away. He's like, all right.
What's his reason for? I guess to go find Cindy.
To intimidate Cindy. Yes.
To intimidating a witness. Illegal discharge of a firearm.
He's a cop. That's right.
That's a good point too. Yeah, never mind. We're all good. We're all good.
Yeah.
Everything's above board.
And so those two
guys
guys
for safety. So he had
those two guys run away, right? They literally just shot at a cop a couple of times.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to spray it and not kill them because then that's paperwork. No bodies, no paperwork. So they run away, and there's that dude sitting next to her trying to act all hard, and he's a coward, of course. And then the other guy like, who are you? And just blasts away that sofa.
Like how it's just all ethnics in there, just black dudes and Mexicans.
It was just kind of,
and then one white girl, Cindy.
Well, you know, she just likes people of color.
Yeah.
So, but when he's walking into the building and you hear the girl say like, "Hey, baby," and you hear what you mean, hey, baby? I laughed so hard at that. I don't remember ever
introduce myself. My name is Detective John Gibble, and I love my car. Oh man, I'm just gonna watch it for you.
And then so he walks away, and he's like, "Shit, look at him, kick his ass." And it makes
I don't know how many times I laughed at that growing up.
But it makes me think of Commando, where he's in the mall with Tommy Chong's daughter, and there's the security guard.
That South Coast Plaza?
Yeah, probably, yeah. And the security guard, he gets the call like, "Hey, we need some help with this guy over here." And he's talking to these two women, and he goes, "Want to see me kick some ass?" And he's the first guy to get destroyed by Arnold. Like they're walking up, "Hey, excuse me," and so it's reminiscent, but they're a couple years apart, but still, great shit. What you mean, hey baby? So it's a ride or die mom. Because he's like, you know what to do. And she's like, I'm your mother, aren't I?
So Chris, I guess she's part of his organization too. Like
maybe she's the head.
Everything's it's.
They don't allude to anything.
Yeah,
like, there's no exposition. There's no anything like that. You would think the cops would say something.
You don't know why he's just. That's how he just lives. He just follows that guy wherever he goes. I'm on him.
Okay. Like Chris said, like hey man, I'm your life. You need me. You put me away. What
She's kind of right.
Do? Yeah. So the premise. So Crisp kills one of his drug dealer friends because he saw his ex-wife, and his ex-wife he's been looking for years because she left him at least 5 years prior with the son because of his illegal doings. And so this guy randomly saw her in Oregon, and so Crisp kills him the woman Cindy witnesses it, and so Arnold needs her to testify because she's a witness of the murder, and now they need a little more evidence, a little more to go against Chris because a drug dealer that's a little finicky, not druggie. I'm sorry, a druggie is a little rough as a witness for something like that because the defense will just tear that apart. So they need to find
His ex-wife.
the ex-wife, and so I don't know how they got the information about Oregon.
I don't know how they knew she was
Maybe
there.
maybe it was the drug girl. Maybe she said something about it. I don't remember. I think she might have. And
Yeah, but they couldn't have.
But then you got to think too.
How did they plan it so fast?
Oregon is not a huge state, but you got to think there's, let's just say, hundreds of elementary schools, and they so happened to choose the one that was like, I don't know.
What is it? Astoria?
Something like that. Like, I don't remember that logic. But
Whatever. It's just a way to get them up there.
Sure.
Phoebes is going to be the teacher, but she gets sick.
She gets food poisoning.
So then Arnold has to take over to infiltrate the school to find the mom.
Mind you, from going from that airport to where they had to go, that was like a day. Like, how did it take them so long to get there? They start when it's sunny and she's, throwing up, shitting.
Well, first off, that fucking flight is what, 3 hours, maybe?
If you're in California, where I think they never specify where they are, I don't believe. But if you're in LA to Oregon, that's like an hour and a half. like you're fucking there. Like, to go from LA to San Francisco, like not even an hour. Like you're fucking there, 45 minutes. So if you fucking try to carry on, you're off that airport and in your Uber within 15 minutes. Yeah. So it took them all day to drive from the airport to where their B&B, their hotel was.
I mean, maybe they just kept trying to step, like they kept having to stop so she can throw up because she was sick.
She looked rough, like when she was vomiting.
That's
like, she's
still
great
silly.
though. Yeah, she's great. I like that actor. She's funny. So
I can't remember what else she's been in.
That's true too. And when she fell and he just yanks her up, I'm like, that.
I like him like
it
carrying her and her feet are dangling.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, like it's a lot of physical comedy.
Yeah,
so I value that
on her end. On his end too, but yeah,
correct.
A lot of falling onto beds, tired.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I have a very prominent note here.
Okay.
And it says, I hate kids.
Oh my God. I don't hate all of those kids.
Right.
Dominic is...
He's a little shit to start. Hey, my basketball coach is better than you. And this, I'm thinking, again, I know this kid who he's going to become, but I'm like, get the fuck out of here, kid.
So Kimball goes in, thinks like, okay, I'll just be the teacher. Everything will be fine. And the kids fucking run roughshod over him. Yeah.
Ferrets are illegal, mind you, in California.
Okay.
So did he travel with that ferret?
He just leaves in his backpack, bro. It's fine. With a little bit of it open.
Maybe that's how things worked in the late 80s, early 90s, but like ferrets are still illegal. They've always been illegal in California. So is it because he's a cop that it's like they don't address that? It's fucking illegal.
Hey man, if I can fucking shoot up some junkies in a fucking warehouse and not have any consequences, I can carry a fucking ferret in my backpack.
And you can intimidate a witness.
Yeah.
To fucking...
I like you, Cindy.
Yeah. I'm going to be with you all the time. Always. Holidays.
I love it.
Weekends. Yeah, it's rough. So kids, though. I hate kids in most cases. Now, unless they're friends' kids, I'm fine with them. Like, so there's a connection to the child.
What do you mean? What do you hate? Why do you
like, because they're annoying. Like, so like if I'm out in public, right, and there's kids scurrying around being little shits and being rambunctious, like kids are. I was the same way. Don't get me wrong. But as an adult, I hate them. Now, again, if like friends or having family that's younger and stuff, I'll tolerate it because it's family and the kids might listen to me. I've experienced like some of your family, like the younger family, and it's like, oh man, kids, like that's just I can't with that. Now I'm sure when I have children, if I have children, not when, like I'm sure it's like how I treat animals with utter disdain and just push
them in a bowl.
Yeah, throw them around, starve them, but like I just can't stand them.
Crate train them.
To an extent, yeah, to an extent. So what is your stance of the children in this movie, but also children let's start with children in general.
I mean, I don't hate children. If that's what you're trying to get out of me.
I think you should say it.
Some kids are kind of annoying.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. You can name them
because they're not mine. So.
Yeah.
You hear that, Timmy?
Yeah.
The fuck.
You, Timmy Tater Tot. Yeah.
When I would go into homes to service equipment, sometimes they would steal my tools out of my tool bag.
Why would they do that?
Because they're used and they're dumb.
So you would get them back, or they're gone?
Oh, I would get them back.
Yeah. He's punching his fist. So. You should have cracked your knuckles. Can you crack it? Let's hear it. Hold on. That sounded so like, ow. Let's see if I can crack my whole nother.
Oh, that's hold on. I got nothing.
Can you crack the inner knuckle? No, listen to this one. That was my cock. There's the first dick joke of the whole thing. So
the kids in this movie are the little girl is cute.
Which one? The one that had a pee?
I'm a princess.
Those kids are got to be like our age, right? You would think. Roughly?
I mean, I was 5 in 1990.
Yeah, something like our age. Yeah. Okay.
The kid, my dad, the gynecologist, that kid's pretty cute. He's tiny. Seems younger than 5, but whatever. Dominic is super annoying.
Fair.
And even when like Kimball's like doing good, finally, he's like, "I knew you can do it." I'm like, bitch, I didn't need your fucking approval.
Did he nod his head or did he give him a thumbs up?
I don't know. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, he gave him the approval. Yeah.
Like when he's doing bad, he's like shaking his head and judging him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, who the fuck is this fucking kid think he is talking to me?
If he shook his head and just turns his back to him or something like that. But like,
just fucking push his face onto the ground. God.
Put your face on the carpet.
Yeah.
You put your face on the carpet. Fuck.
Yeah, there seems just like a wide range of kids, even though they all should be kindergartners. But they seem like there's like some like 8-year-old kids in that fucking place and 4-year-olds. So, but you know, whatever. It's a movie. It's fine.
Yeah.
Who else was annoying?
All of them.
The kid with like just all the diseases. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he's the one
tumor?
Yeah. It's a tumor. It's not a tumor.
Yeah.
Like he talks about death a little bit and shit. Yeah, kids are, so that's the thing. I can understand why you would have a show called Kids Say the Darndest Things because they don't have the proper filtration or the I don't know if it's critical thinking, but just
they're dumb as fuck
to know what to say, what not to say, like to have a filter on it. And that's why, that's, I think, the Chewy bars too, because the Chewy keeps the kids from talking. That was the commercial for that from years ago. The Chewy bars, like the little like grain bars and stuff.
God, you're old. You
are older than me. So
yeah, but I'm youthful and vibrant.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
But
you're a curmudgeon.
That's fine. Right. I don't disagree with that.
As long as we establish that.
The POV shot that they did when he first walked into the room, where the kid's like, and the camera pulls up just a little bit, and then from his point of view, like looking down, I really like that shot. And I typically don't like POVs, but I think that works quite because again, they're all little kids. So of course, a 6'4" Austrian man is gonna look
the shot of him walking outside. When the moms are all standing there like, oh my God, is that your teacher?
Yeah. He's wearing that red polo. I haven't
red polo.
He looks fucking, he looks
fucking
good.
Fit.
Yeah.
Tight.
Filling that shirt out good.
So, and at work, there's like a training, like proper like lifting techniques and stuff like that. And there's some dude like in the video. He's like, hey guys, this is Gary.
I love coming.
Follow me. Follow along if you can. But he wears like a red tight-ish polo. I'm like, I wonder if, for like years, I've worked there for years. So I see it every year. You have to do it annually.
Yeah.
Someone was like, I wonder if he was influenced by Schwarzenegger.
Playing homage to that.
I like to think he does. He doesn't have an accent, but still.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
If you remember when we did that episode of Man Beast that we didn't eventually put out, the gangbang, we did the Karate Kid reference. I fucking loved that scene. Like how I wore similar clothes. I had the red sweatpants. Bo wore like the tan, like because Mr. Miyagi had like a tan like button up. I wore the
like the Dickies work shirt.
Yeah. I wore the headbands. Even my shirt was.
Did you pan up from the water up to you guys?
Yeah.
That was good.
And we're doing like the fucking
crane.
I was gonna say mantis. Yeah, the crane kick. Like I think I posted that on social media.
What music was playing?
It was something intense. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't a real song because obviously we can't use that.
Who made it? Lewis? Or you just got it?
I think I just got it from something online, yeah. But then there was the one shot that I think was the best where Bo is doing his tricking, he's jumping around doing all this shit, and then the camera turns to me and I'm sitting in the chair, I'm like, just get up and leave. Because he's trying to coach me to how to fight and stuff. And but it sucks because we never put that episode out. But watching it, I understand why we wouldn't. Yeah. So but like there's some good scenes in it. Yeah. Like even the scene where we talk about social justice and stuff like that. I was like, this is very much
it's super silly.
Yeah, it's silly, but also it's still relevant today. Yes, I don't know why I was going to say active.
Because you're stupid.
Yeah, but there's definitely aspects of the episode that it's like, we can't show that anymore.
Yeah.
But anyway, ferrets are legal in California. He makes the red polo look amazing. So the moms, well, like the one turns away.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not wearing my makeup. And she's like, well, we're not either. Yeah, but you're married. Like that interaction. Yeah. That interaction was. I like that a lot. Even though I remember so many aspects of this movie, but as an adult, really sitting and watching it, opposed to like kind of in passing, like watching it. It's on the background as I'm doing shit around the house or something like that. Just sitting down and focusing on it. There's a lot of good lines. So whomever wrote this, you didn't say their names. Pretty
I
good.
did. Herschel.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And Tim.
So do you think it would be weird for a single male to be a teacher?
To be a teacher.
Even a substitute teacher? Because
what-
that
for
was
what
their thing.
age?
That was their thing too. They're like, oh, it's kind of weird to have a male substitute teacher.
Well, you just
and
you
that was also
have
the 90s.
certain occupations that are dominated by others. I mean, some people would say it used to be weird to have a male nurse.
Yeah.
But, times they are changing.
Times they are changing.
But, like, I think the younger the kids...
Times. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
The younger the kids get... The younger the kids get... Yeah. You don't... It doesn't annoy me, by the way. I've done it 100 times. But, like, the younger the kids get, the weird...
Okay,
I guess the more... uncommon it is to have the male teacher. I don't remember my first male teacher in school, what grade I was in. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Mr. Erickson.
I think around the same for me. So,
I think he passed away. It ended up being one of my students, not my students, but like my, what would that be?
What?
Like my another student. That's just my friend.
Classmate.
Thank
You fucking dumb fuck. God.
Anyway, so
How are you my best friend?
It was like her uncle or something like that. So she was always not getting in trouble. Well, those were bullshit. Anyhow, I do believe he
Did
passed
we
away.
talk about this maybe in a past episode? But did you have any nefarious liaisons between student and teachers in any of your schools?
There might have been that I just never knew about because there was a few. Looking back at it, there's some very pretty like younger teachers when I was in like substitutes that were in even middle school and high school, but not that I'm aware of. But some of that, it's just on either way. If it's a man and an underage girl or a woman and an underage guy, boy, either way, that it's 100% creepy. But then it's like when you see it, it's like. I know people would say those jokes like, where was this teacher where I was in school and all that stuff. And it's like, that's fucking gross. Because like, I understand as a boy getting with an older woman or something like that. It's like, yeah, man, cool. But then if it's an older man.
That's half of my porn search history, bro.
I get it. Family therapy. You just got to find them. So, but it's like, but then when it's an older man with a younger woman, it's like, oh, that's not right. Well, underage, that's not right. But if it's like, 35-year-old man and an 18-year-old woman, it's like, yeah, brother. But no matter what,
that's interesting how that works, right?
Right.
Like it's literally like you're the worst human being who ever lived if it's the male and then an underage, right? And then just a few years shift above 18 years old, then it's kind of
fuck yeah.
Yeah, bro, get it. Although that seems to be changing a little bit too. Like even Leo got a lot of backlash. Has been getting a little backlash recently from like, man, you're like 50 years old and you're still doing this? Like
20-year-olds?
Yeah. But then like that initial scrutiny is not
the other way
as aggressive with the hot substitute teacher girl with the male students.
Yeah. It's
hypocrisy.
Right. But there's like, hearing those stories is kind of like thinking about that. Like how could somebody just, I don't know, like you're in a position of not only power, but to like, who's coming on the who, and like, it's just weird. And then there was even one that I saw like a couple weeks ago. It was like this Asian woman that was like forcing the student to do this stuff. She was super possessive of him and like texting like, why are you talking to that student so much? Why are you doing
Oh my
this?
God.
Yeah, fucking like nuts. And she, of course she got put away, but she was like sending, him photos and stuff. And apparently the parents found out or whatever. But like, not that I'm aware of if there's anything that was a little spicy going on in school, but doesn't mean that there wasn't. Yeah. It's just, I never heard of it. And statute of limitations are done by now anyway, unfortunately. So it was 2004 when I graduated.
You don't know that.
I thought the statute of limitations was, I guess it is. I thought it was 20 years.
I thought they did that thing where like they extended it, like in rape cases, they
maybe
eliminated it or something like that.
I guess.
We don't know the law. We don't know what we're talking about. Don't listen to
us. I don't fight the law because the law wins.
Yeah.
And
well, I shot the sheriff, but I did not.
No?
Shoot the deputy.
Not the deputy? You didn't shoot Andy? No, you shot Andy. But you didn't shoot what the fuck's his name?
Oh my God.
Andy Griffith.
I didn't watch it that much growing up. I remember
it was way before our time.
Like I would hear the music. I'm like, okay, time to change it.
You hear the whistling. You see the black and white, and it's like, nope, I'm color TV all the way. Yeah.
I know there's a lot of like walking with fishing poles like towards the camera.
Throwing rocks.
Throwing rocks.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah. You shot Andy. Whoa. Fuck that shit.
God, what is his name?
Let's see.
Fuck you, Brandon.
Well, you're more. God. Let's see. Andy Griffith Show. What? This 8 seasons. It started in 1960. That kid was Ron Howard.
Yeah.
So that his name was Barney Fife.
Fucking motherfucker. Who played him?
Yeah. That was Don Knotts.
Don Knotts.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Andy
it's not embarrassing. It fucking happened 25 years before I was
Andy
born.
Griffith Perry Mason too?
Yeah, bruh.
Fuck yeah, dude. I remember my mom watched that. The new Perry Mason on HBO. Oh my God. It's so fucking good. But yeah, it was Barney Fife. He passed away.
Barney Fife dog?
In the tender year of 2006. Yeah. He's fucking old. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyhow, so back to Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah. He's a psychopath, Chris,
Yeah.
and his mom
100%.
also.
Yeah.
Like they're just playing fast and loose with the murders. Mm-hmm. Like, what was the plan? Like burn down the school and murder some people?
Burn down the school.
Steal the
child and get away.
And then
because she's just chilling.
Everything's awesome.
She's chilling in the car waiting outside.
Let's
That's
run
not
some
suspicious.
bitches down.
Not suspicious at all.
Fuck it.
Hey, who's that old bitch over there with that car running? And there's
cigarette.
And there's a fire going on.
She's in the shadow. You just see the red of the cigarette ember.
Yeah. Flicks it out. Shit. And runs over a cop.
Headlight.
Runs over the cop. And she takes. I almost look like her taking it too, getting hit by that car. I know she did the shot of from the low angle, but when it comes to the actual hit itself, I know she turned away from the camera, but it looked like her. But I guess that's the point of stunt doubles, right? Making more wigs and shit. When they had that dinner together, where the partner was portrayed as Arnold's sister, greatly liked when she was
Phoebe. That's her name.
When Phoebe was doing the Austrian accent.
Hello, my name is Ursula.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm going to be a good wingman for you. But that Cindy, not Cindy.
I will start with the steak. Oh, wait, let me get the
garden salad. And then, you have, what's the teacher's name again? I'm sorry. Cindy? I think it's Cindy. She was ready to take Arnold's seat.
Joyce.
She was ready to have his seat that night. She was.
There was like a good, like the lean in talking to with like the hand on the face. Like she was about it.
Yeah.
About it.
She was drenched. But then where was the kid? So when they were doing that shot.
I think he's like laying down like on the chairs, like sleeping.
Because they don't show it though, right?
I don't know what to say. I've seen him.
Because I remember writing, I'm like, wait, where's the fucking kid?
I seen it.
It's a 4-way table, so you think you see the back of his head or something. So I assume, though, he's probably sleeping somewhere. It's probably a little later in the night. But then when you show the car later, he's like, bye. Like, he's wide awake, alert.
Is he wide awake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, he's just
a wave?
I'm pretty sure he's like, give him a
deuces, bruh.
Dude.
Stop trying to bang my bum, bro.
Hey, man. Can you stop trying to want to penetrate my mom? So I put where's the kid at the table.
I think he was just like laying across chairs.
Okay.
Maybe,
Like you
but
did
I might be
when
mixing.
you get to Coachella. Yeah.
I think I'm mixing him up with the kid from Chef because he does that same thing. They go to eat late,
Chef,
and then he's just laying across the chairs, sleeping.
What's his name? Leguizamo?
Yeah. Sofia Vergara.
Yeah. Who was the girl that he ends up liking?
Sofia Vergara.
No. I thought Sofia Vergara was his ex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but he ends up with his ex.
Oh, he does. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Anyhow, Arnold's giving the kids milk. I was hoping he would say like it's protein, like you fucking drink, it's good for your bones. But it didn't say that. I would love for Arnold to read me a story and like go to sleep to it, like him reading. I'm gonna read just something, and I'm gonna try to do Arnold's voice the whole time. Okay. I'm gonna read.
I'm already a little sleepy, so I might get sleepier.
I'm gonna read an excerpt of La La Land from Wikipedia.
Oh wait, of like the synopsis.
Not the synopsis. No.
Okay. Oh, like actually of the. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll stop.
La La Land
This is not as relaxing as I thought it was.
is a 2016 American romantic musical film written and directed by Damien Chazelle. The film stars Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone as a struggling jazz pianist.
What is happening? It started bad and got worse.
And I can start screaming it. I can do
Please do. This mellow Arnold is not working for me.
As an aspiring actress, respectively, who meet and fall in love or pursuing their dreams.
Laughing in the accent.
Los Angeles John Legend. Rosemary DeWitt, Finn Whitlock, and J.K. Simmons It's like got a little French at the end of it. But
Jacques Simon.
oh man, I want the
Il goes to his restaurant, sacre bleu, sacre bleu, jazz music.
man, my eyes got really watery.
It's terrible.
I want to buy an hamburger.
Yeah, no, we thought that was funny.
Well, here's the thing. I would love for him to read me a bedtime story.
Can he hold me in his arms?
Well, he probably can't anymore.
Well, all right.
But like if this was prime Arnold, like 90s Arnold.
What about me, 5-year-old me?
Oh, absolutely. He could hold you, me.
Oh, yeah.
My whole family. Yeah. My brother.
We'll sit on his biceps like Mary and Pippin. Get walked by the end.
Since you and I are younger, so it'd be you and I hanging on his biceps. And then your brother and my brother, which they're similar in age, can be on the top of the biceps.
Okay, yeah.
And then he'll hold Jen like the kid from Terminator 2, Uncle Buck.
It's like she's holding onto his leg and she's walking on she has her feet on his foot. So as he steps, she's like a little girl stands with her dad at weddings. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then my sister is not in the picture because she's not alive yet.
She's a youth.
Yeah, she's not alive yet. So his fucking accent, the way he drops that kid and says, "Stop it."
Here's a question for you. Mm-hmm. Is Arnold handsome in this movie?
No.
Or is he just buff?
He's fucking cut.
And like a beefcake.
Well, the thing about it is he doesn't have the best face or teeth, but...
I don't mind the gap. Like, do you mind a gap in a girl's teeth? I guess depending on the size.
No. But at the same time, like, it's just... It's something for him, for like having his huge stature and stuff like that, but his accent and everything.
Not that he had any trouble getting ladies in the 60s and 70s.
But at the same time, of course not. If you're on like television, you're on movies and stuff like, and he loves coming, like he's just banging bitches left and right, like he's slaying.
It's like the cover of True Lies.
He's literally drowning in pussy in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Even with Maria there.
Yeah.
Maria Shriver, she has Heinz ketchup. Anyway,
that's a,
I thought it was Heinz, right? Or what is it? Which one is it?
She's a Kennedy.
I swear it had something to do with. Okay, continue talking.
Oh my god. I forget what I was saying. Like the True Lies cover is him and his face super close, and he looks kind of handsome there. But I was just wondering, like, is he like just beefcakey, or is he actually kind of handsome? He looks fine to me. Not with the fucking beard, but
no. Yeah. If it was a real beard at first, which you could absolutely be right, because it is possible that that they maybe did do reshoots. So like that one scene where hey, we need to put a little more in here to give more depth to these characters. But I would hope that it was a real beard. But I don't want to read all this about Maria Shriver. But the Kennedy thing I see there. But I swore there's something about Heinz ketchup. But
no, that's another girl. I can't remember who it is though. Someone else famous though.
Is it Chris Pratt and a girl he's with? Because he's with a celebrity girl that was kind of like maybe she had a fortune behind her or something too. Paris Hilton. No. So anyway,
someone's with like that's Chris. That's Clint Eastwood's son.
Donald.
He's with someone's.
I don't know the son's name.
No, he's with someone famous's daughter though.
That guy. You're correct. Fucking Clint's son is a literal copy paste of what.
Too
Clint
handsome.
Was. Yeah. But like
I'm not here for it.
He's lined up real young too, like Clint was. Like Clint had the lines on his head and all that shit by like 25. Yeah. And so does the son. The son looks like he's 45 when he's like 32.
Really?
Yeah, he's not what's his fucking name? Rent?
Scott Eastwood.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. So he hasn't, as far as I know, he hasn't done a lot of movies lately, right?
No.
Okay. Wow, it just knew. I just started typing Scott.
Of course.
What the fuck? Anyhow, he is 37.
Yeah. Oh my god, that guy's my age. This just makes me sad.
But see, look at all those lines. It looks just like.
I don't understand. Are you saying lines as it's
like
bad?
The wrinkles? No. But I'm just saying he got lined up at a young age.
That guy does not look 40. Is that what you're saying? He looks like he's in his mid 40s.
What are you talking about? Yeah, like this. No, with his body like that, absolutely not. But like with all the lines on his face, yes, he does.
I don't know, man.
I do know, man.
I didn't know you're this superficial and judging 100%. My hunky men in my life.
I'm constantly judging. Constantly. Like that's the main thing about my shit.
Look at that guy. Look at
those fucking lines.
Fuck you.
All that shit under. There's no darkness or
You're
anything like that.
Jealous.
And those thin lips. How do you fucking kiss someone with thin lips? I don't fucking get it.
Thin lips.
Like you got to have nice, full, voluptuous lips. Like it's like kiss like lips like that. It's like you're kissing fucking teeth. Like it's just you're just hitting teeth all the time. Like there's no cushion. You gotta have the cushion for the cushion.
Out with Skeletor from the Master of the Universe. Fuck
yeah. He-Man. That was not, that's not it.
Well, I always think of the movie, so it's like Frank Langella being all creepy.
I thought he had the high pitch still, though. No.
No.
Oh. Oh shit!
It's
Oh, the
very-
movie
yeah, the
you're thinking of.
movie.
Okay, I'm thinking the cartoon. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, the movie with was that Dolph? No,
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren. That was like one of his first movies.
Courtney Cox.
Was she in that?
Yep.
Fucking A.
She's the girl.
Now I just want to watch, not Friends. What's the popular movie with Courtney Cox?
Scream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first one.
Really? Yeah.
Never seen it. Yeah. Well, I don't even see the newest ones. So my last couple notes in here, the husband with when Arnold meets the husband, or fiance.
Did you begin to press charges?
Well, not only that, but you see his ass in the mirror, and I thought that was funny.
Do you?
I don't think they did it
I
on
didn't pay
purpose.
attention.
Like that's some cheeks.
Oh, I'm thinking of the husband that beats the kid.
Oh no, fucking he deserved everything about that. Yeah. He does it again on pressing charges. Like just do press charges. Like you're a fucking cop still. Like take care of it. But
He just holds his fist up. Meet charges. Pressing against his face.
charge number 1. Charge number 2. Technically the guy threw the punch first, so Arnold's defending himself. And I mean he would have, so he got him in the gut, right? Like if he would have taken out the face, he would have fucking Street Fighter that shit.
K.O.
Perfect. Did you have a commercial for Youth Fiona? It was like this woman talking about like makeup.
On Freebie?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So I had a commercial that came up. The only reason why I wrote this note is because it sounded like she was in just a very large room and ADR'd it, and it sounded so bad. Like and I was thinking, this is a commercial that you have on Amazon. Was it Amazon? Yeah. That you probably paid a good amount of money to have this ad shown. But it sounded like you're in a fucking warehouse. There's an echo to it and stuff like that. And everything else about the commercial looked great. Like the makeup they're showing.
But yeah, but it's on Amazon, but through Freebie.
I get it. I get it.
So,
but still, you're probably paying a good amount of money.
A step down level of jank that might be there that you're not.
Adjacent to
jank adjacent.
Let's see. You see at the fair. I would have loved. Oh, okay. When she goes to approach him and like, hey, do you want to go to the fair with me? I thought it'd be fun if he was like, yeah, like he's like blushing and stuff because he's starting to fall for this lady. 90s loafers. When Crisp gets out of the car to open the door for his mom and you see his shoes, it's like, ugh. Like, but I understand that's the 90s and that was.
Did
like,
everybody have tiny feet in the 90s?
What the fuck was that? That was like a size 6 shoe.
I don't know if it's like the loafers are, tight fitting. The pants are too big. Or like, I don't know what is going on.
What's that? The
crease?
The crease in the front. That's not pleated, right? That's not what pleated is.
Oh, pleateds are up at the waist.
Okay.
So
it wasn't those. But like, and then he beats that guy in public and takes the train. And then you think you would leave immediately after you just assaulted a man.
He's just fine.
Just goes into a
Well,
store.
this is the same guy who murdered some guy at a mall and just went to get his fucking nails done.
And just threw away his gun and like, I've been here the whole time. There's witnesses. You can't do anything to me.
It was like the closest trash cans to it. Like they wouldn't search it.
Yeah.
Like, come on. What are you doing?
Hey, this dead guy. Hey, stop everything from leaving this facility. But that's also the 90s. So negligence. A lot of negligence.
The one thing that bothered me the most about the movie
when he hits the mom and he said, I had to do it. She did it. She made me do it. When they're in the shower and like he hits the mom and then the little kid runs away. He's like, Dominic, I had to. She made me. And it just makes me think typical abusive relationship where it's like you hit the woman. Look what you made me do.
A lot of domestic abuse in this movie.
And I'm about it.
Yeah.
You got to put her in her place, right?
Yeah.
No, 100%. I hate every aspect of it. But yeah, very
I would say yeah to you. I was saying yeah, we should all cancel you. I was speaking for the listener.
This is our last episode of Spectacular.
No, the characters that are evil just for evil's sake. So like you start off meeting the mom and she's just automatically complaining about her hair getting done, like just a miserable person.
Oh, fucking yeah. She's like,
oh my God, I hate you. Like
this is the worst. Why are you doing? He's
5
like,
seconds.
I'm doing my best. She's like, maybe you should, do more.
Then I would just fucking. I'm always assuming that barbers have like ejector stand-up seats in their chair and just pop
it up,
yoink, and just fucking yeet them the fuck out of there. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
I've had enough of you.
Yeah, like that's the thing too is she is the worst, just like her fucking son.
Super evil and in on the shenanigans of the business.
Yeah, like hey, it's cool. Let's kidnap a kid.
Murder is cool. Oh, she does kill somebody too. She has Cindy murdered.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Well, yes,
still murder.
She gave poison heroin or whatever.
It's the same drugs. She got it from Darby from Green Room.
Perfect.
Yeah.
In
the Pacific Northwest.
Well, she gave that guy some red laces.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. When the husband or the fiance of Phoebe when he puts his hand on the thing. I didn't remember that scene at all. That's why, like, with the kiss and everything like that, I was like, what is this? But he's like, I got this, and he lifts Arnold's leg up. Oh, I laughed pretty good at that because I wasn't expecting it, but the way they did that shot, I was like, they're showing a lot of foot.
Yeah.
Like, so it's something that had to have came, and I just wasn't expecting it.
Funny that it was me mentioning it, so I guess it's not funny. Maybe I did it on purpose. But I mentioned Chef earlier.
Right.
The pasta that he makes Scarlett Johansson in the movie is the same pasta. She says like, "Oh, he came down for just the day and brought me my favorite food, or made that pasta aiolio or something like that." I was like, "Oh, it's the same one." So
It just looks like wet noodles.
Yeah,
Like
it's like garlicky.
Yeah.
And parsley and shit like that. It's actually very good.
But then my thought is too, he came up from let's just say again, respectively, Los Angeles to Oregon, and he's just doing Oregon. He's just doing it for the day. I mean, that's a very loving fiance.
Yeah, but you said like the flight's only fucking
really
an hour and a half.
Yeah, you can fly. It's like going to Vegas. Like you can be there and back. You can go to Vegas really early, spend 10 hours there, and come back same day and be miserable. But it's and smell like cigarettes.
Yep.
And have your dick smell like a condom or whatever. Hopefully you wore a rubber. And then
Glitter on your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some fucking butt like streaks on your shirt too from the dancing.
Oh, yeah.
So then my last note is he goes back to the school, doesn't tell his girlfriend. You know what I mean? He just shows up to the school and then all the kids are happy and she has to hear the kids cheering for her to go to the other classroom. Like you would think I would call him like, hey, I'm going to come by. Or like, hey, I'm doing great. My leg, I just got to wear a caster a little bit. I got a cane, like whatever. Didn't think to call her. And why would she go back to teaching? Yes, Crisp's dead and the mom's in jail. She's not dead though. And knowing who that mom is, she's dangerous. I would not go back to what I know. I would wait for him to get out of the hospital or something like that. Or like somewhere hiding, but not go back to my job.
Maybe she's tired of running because she's been running her whole life.
Well, maybe she just felt like running and she had to get it done.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, what other notes do you have about this movie?
I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I said, dumb, stupid. Like the fucking climbing the fucking radio tower. I'm like, oh my God.
For his laser that he put together with foil. Like, yeah, that's going to work, you fucking idiot. You stupid kid. I hope you fall.
That was like a Twizzlers wrapped in foil. Like, what the fuck was he? What is happening?
It was
these kids are fucking stupid.
PVC pipe wrapped in foil.
It's a piece of cut garden hose wrapped in foil.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Kids are fucking stupid. You know, I changed my mind. I'm with you. Fuck them.
To be fair, though, that's a good imagination because my imagination is still very rampant now, and I'm 36 years old. But
well, when you come with me, you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
Pure imagination. I want to watch Willy Wonka now.
Everything's in
Actually,
W's.
That's called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
Because it was originally called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
In the book, yes.
Yeah. Okay. In a book. Okay. So I greatly enjoyed Kindergarten Cop. You greatly enjoyed Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
It's on our essential, potentially our Mount Rushmore of Arnold movies. And
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. So La La Land now.
La La Land.
La La Land. Tell us about that. I don't have as many notes on this movie as I do Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's a musical, so I'm sure you have plenty.
La La Land.
You know, how about this? You take over this episode, so you have more of your things you want to say.
I already say the more insightful things anyways.
You say the insightful stuff, but I have more notes.
Okay. Well, I don't have
go
any
ahead. La La
notes
Land.
too, but I can just talk about it forever if you like me to. From 2016, written and directed by Damien Chazelle.
Come on, Damien.
You said it right. Starring Ryan Gosling as Sebastian, Emma Stone as Mia, John Legend as Keith, and a bunch of other fucks. Like, who gives a shit? Hold on, I have the wrong synopsis up.
Wow.
Real quick. While navigating their careers in Los Angeles, a pianist and an actress fall in love while attempting to reconcile their aspirations for the future.
That's not a bad synopsis.
I know, I wrote it. You're welcome.
Okay. Well. And you said who's in it? Yeah, you said who's in it already. Yeah. Okay. So what is your take on this movie, Mike?
Obviously, I have not seen it as many times as Kindergarten Cop because I did not grow up watching it. But I have such affection for it that, once again, it's hard for me to make like an unbiased opinion of it. You know,
I'm not opposed to a bias.
Not that you're not looking for. Yeah, not that we have to be,
objective
about it, but because I understand, like, the movie was so popular when it came out. Like, obviously there'll be like a pushback or a backlash against it eventually. And like the issues that they brought up with it, like, I understand and almost sympathize with them.
Like what?
But it's so That's one of the things like, oh, I understand what you're saying. I don't give a fuck, but I understand what you're saying. So for example, the general idea of like white guys saving jazz music for black people.
I think it was in Between Two Ferns.
Yeah.
Like Zach Galifianakis had asked John Legend, like, how does it feel to have a white guy make jazz like popular again? And when it originated from, not from that.
Which I understand. Which Keith, John Legend in the movie, even scolds Sebastian about it as well. Like you're talking about, like these guys were revolutionary, but you want to save jazz by being a traditionalist, like you're stuck in the past. Like this is revolution is moving forward. That's the point he's trying to make. Which I guess no one realized, or it just wasn't enough for them. But whatever. But it's funny because like it's kind of true too, because everyone thinks like oh, you need to go back and
Right.
recognize all this music from your past and stuff like that. But like, what are you gonna tell fucking Thundercat or Kendrick Lamar about jazz? Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Well, if I know anything about Kendrick Lamar, which is very little, except for that he's a little man, is that he's very susceptible to...
Not that he's a jazz musician, but like you can hear in his music, like he obviously has an appreciation for it. Like even going back to freaking Tribe Called Quest, like they had like Ron Carter, the bassist, like on the Low End Theory. Like,
so I know Tribe. I don't know that name you said.
It's just a bass player, like a famous jazz bass player.
Okay. So
there's that, right? There's the idea of like the leads not being that great. Well, no, not Emma Stone so much, but like Ryan Gosling.
great like people? Great as in people?
No,
or?
great as in their like their dancing or their actual singing ability.
Well, you can't... I feel like you can have that kind of criticism, but at the same time, they're actors. They're not trained musicians in this. I'm sure they prepared. I'm sure they did some training for this. But like, yeah, clearly Ryan Gosling, when he sang, I was like, this is not the best. But like for what he's doing, it's fine. Yeah, he's fine. Emma Stone, the exact same way. Like, cool. Like, do it.
But once again, like that goes back to, I mean, because I love West Side Story, right?
I'm sorry for the fifth time that you said it this episode. I had no idea.
But I mean, the leads
are weak.
The leads are weak. Fuck you.
Really quick, when I was watching basketball the other day, somebody said, I think it was even yesterday, he's like, coffee's for closers. And like, I thought to myself, nobody watching this is, I mean, if you're older, sure, is going to get that. Nobody's going to get Glengarry on this. Yeah. But the team had just lost, and he's like, yeah, coffee's for closes, and I was thinking like, that's a deep cut, buddy. Yeah. But I liked it.
But yeah, to get back to those, to the leads in that movie, they're just dubbed. Like they're just not even singing. Like it's not
in which one?
In West Side Story.
Oh, okay. So in the original West Side Story.
Well, in the movie 1961. Yeah.
Correct. Because the newer one, that was them, correct?
That is them singing. Yes.
Yeah. Even Anson Elgort.
Ansel. Yeah.
Ansel? I thought I said Anson. It could be Ansel.
Oh my God, I forgot.
I don't even care. he's in Tokyo Vice. That's all I know now.
So that I understand. And also like if you compare them to like the giants that this movie stands on.
Well, like nothing compares.
Yeah. It's because it's been like, I forgot. How does it go? Something years. Oh, fuck it. I blew it.
It's okay. You tried.
But like
college try.
But like if you compare him to like Gene Kelly, like fucking doing that, like
Singing in the Rain.
Yeah. Or, fucking doing that push-ups jump across the stage, like with girls jumping over him. Like
I remember that.
20 foot. Like, oh my God. Like, yeah, he's not going to do that. But then like, who would you have instead? Like who is a more charismatic,
Josh Gad.
100%.
100%. He started with Book of Mormon. Mm-hmm. So this Book of Mormon is out before La La Land. So
wait, who plays Ranella? The other guy?
In La La Land?
No, in Book of Mormon. He was on Girls for a while.
Oh, I thought it was the guy from Glee. The guy that also went to Mindhunter. I thought it was that guy. Because
No, he plays King.
Yeah, but that's in what's it called in not Johnson. I'm saying in Hamilton.
Yeah,
but I thought he was also the one
lead in.
I thought.
No, you're
okay.
wrong.
Okay, well I'm sorry. So I think Josh Gad could have been a good Ryan Gosling in this movie because he's so quirky and fun. I truly like Josh Gad a lot. Like he is nuts. He kind of reminds me of a young he was the brother in the Goldbergs. He was in Balls of Fury.
Yes.
Vogel, something Vogel or Fogel, but I like a younger version of him. Like not much younger, like maybe 10 years, but still. Anyway, so keep going about your La La Land.
And then
La La Land.
Yeah, the idea of like
Blah, blah, blah. Slow
of
blah.
like awards bait for just like, and I understand too. I think I've expressed that to you as well. Like is this really what you do with your life? Like you just make this art
You
just
talk
to
about Damien?
yeah, kind of like in general. Like I mean, he obviously loves movies, like you can tell in like all his movies, movies and music, even like to Babylon, to his like maybe to his detriment.
I believe that was a whole musical, correct?
It was like a whole.
All
Well,
singing.
no, but it was no, but it was all about like the history of cinema, like back in the 20s, stuff
Okay.
like that. So like he's like deep in like ingrained in the history of a movie, stuff like that. But the issue would be like, yeah, just because your movie is about Hollywood and they love like, congratulating themselves and slapping themselves on the back for a job well done,
Suck
like
on their own dick.
exactly, like that's just so easy way to get awards.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny, like this movie, when the Oscars actually happen, like it having its like ultimate comeuppance, like at the end where they gave it to them in error, and they had to like have the Moonlight people go back out there
Yeah.
and actually win their award.
Yeah, that was rough.
So kind of rough. And I don't like that either. Like I've told you, and you said like,
Wait, did she say La La Land that year?
yeah.
Oh my God, I thought it was something different.
Well, because I believe she was handed the card of Best Actress, so it said Emma Stone,
yeah.
and they're like, "Wait, is this the right one?"
Yeah.
And of course, it says La La Land because she won it for her
Right.
job in La, or his performance in her performance.
And
in
that was
La
like
La Land.
Warren Beatty and somebody else, right? Was that?
Is that Faye?
I thought Faye was already dead when this happened. Well, it was 2016, so I mean that's what 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I'm sorry. So fuck, maybe. I don't know. Either way, that was rough though. I remember that. And like, no. Moonlight won, and it was like one of the producers said that or some shit, like because he was up there, and yeah, that's rough.
It fucked up.
Yeah, it got dicey. So this movie, La La Land.
So, anyways, I'm sorry. So, like, it was such a fucking moonshot as soon as it came out. And so there was all that backlash. Like everyone has their fucking opinion piece that they had to write about it. And I understand those criticisms and I agree with a lot of them even. But kind of like when I watched the new West Side Story for the ninth time, like you just go in and like as soon as, because I love Whiplash so much. Damien's like,
Whiplash is great.
It's his first movie. So like just starting, like just on the cars and like a fucking oneer musical number. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
From the word jump, like you had me at fucking Sunlight. So that's why it's hard for me to be like, objective about like
Negative.
how you feel about the movie.
I get it. I could be very negative about it.
Okay.
So this is our first musical that we've done, which I know you've wanted to do West Side Story many a times, and I've been very against it.
Or Singing in the Rain. We could do Singing in the Rain too.
So anyway, if I was going to do a musical, it'd also be Avenue Q if they made a movie about that, because I've seen that live. That was fun. Anyway, so this movie, La La Land, I did like it. I was never against it. I didn't see it when it came out in theaters. And at that time, there was many people like, oh, you'd like it. Like, it's a musical, but I think you'd like it. There's good story. There's good cinematography and stuff. I was like, yeah, fuck that shit. And then I ended up seeing it just randomly. And I was like, yeah, I really like this movie. Because the main thing about it, we're going to skip very far ahead. The main thing I like about this movie, I think I told you this too, is the ending. The ending of this movie is bittersweet because as the movie transpires, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone break up. And in a lot of this, I guess a rom-com, right? Sort of. Mm-hmm. So typically the guy and the girl end up back together, but that is not the case in this movie. They're not together, but they have their own happy lives. So Emma Stone and they break up. She gets with a guy that's clearly at least 15 years older than her. And and then she's an actress, a famous actress. And then she's unbeknownst to her, Ryan Gosling has opened his own jazz bar. And
well, I mean, we can go back again. So the movie starts with Ryan is
obsessed
a musician, obsessed with like
what was that bar called?
Chicken on a Stick,
something like that. Well, that one bar that he would just eat in front of and stuff like that. Okay.
Well, it used to be.
Yeah.
But now it's a samba place.
Samba which is weird. And tapas.
Yeah, like do you hate Brazilian people? Like why would he hate samba so much?
Tapas delicious
like,
too.
Tell that to fucking anyway, doesn't matter. Stan Getz and whatever Gilberto or anyway, doesn't matter. But and then she's an aspiring actress, but just going on audition after audition and not going anywhere.
Yeah, she's working on The Lot, like the movie Lot at a coffee shop. But so they don't end up together. He, unbeknownst to her, he opens his club finally, steals her idea that she technically gave him. Yes, she's like, you should call it Sebs.
Why do you say steal?
Because, okay.
She made it for him.
She made it for him. He's like, no, it's going to be called Chicken and Dicks or whatever the fuck. What's it called?
Chicken on a stick.
Chicken on a stick. And I thought there was something else to it, no? Or is it just chicken? Okay. Chicken on a stick and dicks. And he's like, it has to be called that. It has to be, here's why. She's like, I get it. But Sebs, and he's like, no. And then what is this? Let's just say respectively...
It's 5 years
6 years later. Okay, 5 years later. Was it? Did they say 5 years?
5 years later.
I didn't notice. I didn't care. Anytime there's text on the screen, I don't read. Even if it's subtitled, I don't fucking do it. So we're not doing any form movies. But 5 years later, he decides to not call it Chicken and Dicks, and he takes her idea and calls it Sebs. So the reason why I say stole is because he's like, no, I'm not going to use that. Like, it has to be this because of this. But then in actuality, he did it. Now, I like Sebs better. It's shorter. You can not that chicken and what is it? I'm sorry.
Chicken on a stick.
Chicken on a stick.
Fuck.
Chicken on a stick just makes me think of, well, I was gonna say a corn dog, but that's not right either. But like, I don't like that name in the slightest. I know why he wants it, and I understand. But Sebs is 100% better. And so she goes in there again, unbeknownst, sits down, sees that he comes in, he starts playing piano. He sees her, and he plays essentially their song, and then she kind of envisions what life would have been like if they stayed together, if they made different.
It's almost
choices.
like a dual fantasy.
It's both. Yeah, for sure. So what life would have been like if they didn't break up, if he was more present for her, if she was more present for him, mostly for her, to me, that like, because he didn't go to some of her show, so he wasn't as present for her, and that's, to me, that's what kind of pulled them apart. But like, and then so if he didn't take that,
but ultimately he was, because he's the one who forced her to go on that final audition.
That's fine. But then he was also gone a lot because he was doing the music shit, right?
Yeah, but he did that because he thought this is what she wanted him to do. Because remember, he hears her over the phone talking to her mom or whatever. He's like, yeah, he doesn't have like a steady give, but he's working stuff out.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, I better get a job.
Yeah. Well, even the sister, but I love his fucking sister. You only see her that one time, right?
Do it.
Right? It was only that one time.
Well, there's like in the montage, they're like at the park having wine. And then he plays at their wedding piano.
That opening when she's in his house, I really love their interaction with each other. Like, that's not how my sister and I are, but if we were, I'd love her more. And so, I love you, sister. So,
be more charming, please. Thank you.
Yeah, be more charming, be more silly, and not being so weird and wearing sandals and socks. So, but in the end, so he plays their song, and what's that song called? Something of.
Well, their song is just the theme.
It's just
I think it's literally called like me and Sebastian's theme.
Okay, he plays it. He perfected it. He got it all done, and you see what everything is. They come back to reality. Boop! There goes gravity, and it's kind of a touching moment, right? Because again, they both have that thought, and she decides to leave the club. He's still zoning out at the piano, probably engorged in his pants.
Yeah, of course.
And they have a moment where she's just about to leave. She turns around. He then looks to her. He smirks just a little bit. She smirks just a little bit, and he gives her a nod. And whenever I have it right now. When that nod happens, I get goosebumps because again, it's a bittersweet ending. They're both happy doing their own thing. Obviously, you as a viewer, you wanted them to be together, really, because they did make a very cute couple, and they get along well. They both have similar humors. Like when he sees her after like that year at the party, and he's playing Iran and shit like that, and he's like, okay, I remember you. Like just the way he's talking to her. I was like, I really hope he's like this the whole movie. He wasn't, but like just the way he was like, maybe I was a little, what do you say? Kurt. And she's like, Kurt. But just the way he is.
Well, no, I think her funniest line is when they're walking in the lot, and she's like, I think it's about time I tell you that I actually don't like jazz. And he's like, well, what do you mean you don't like jazz? She's like, well, I mean, like when I listen to it, I don't like it. I don't like hearing it. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't he say like, oh, he's doing his thing and he's doing his thing. Like, it's just it all goes together. So when I met you, you obviously greatly love jazz, and I very seldom would if somebody gave me a choice of jazz or death, I would die. At that time, like I'd rather just fucking put a screwdriver in my ear and just fucking kill me. I have nothing against jazz.
Phillips on one side and Flathead on the other.
No. It's a Phillips one side, and then the other side is the female of it. So you're pushing them together, and then male female. But jazz was never something I listened to. But I think there was a time, maybe 5 years ago or something like that, I told you, and it made you so happy that I was like, yeah, I was just listening to this jazz. I think it's pronounced jazz. Is it jazz?
Jazz.
And I was saying who I was listening to, and you were like, yes. And so I was listening to some Miles Davis.
Oh my God.
And this is because of you, though, because like you love Miles Davis. I know this isn't jazz, but I also listen to what's that guy with the glasses on your wall?
Elvis Costello?
Thank you. So I was listening to him. He's not jazz, correct?
He's not.
Okay, good. So I was listening to some of him. I was like, all right, this is tolerable.
He does some like standard songs and stuff like that. Some like Burt Bacharach stuff, but not.
But Bacharach.
Yeah.
Makes me think of Austin Powers. I'm sorry. But listening to jazz, the thing about it, I know there's different types of jazz, but the thing that I always thought jazz was the randomness. And I know now knowing it's a different type, that's just was free
jazz, yeah.
Free jazz, yes. So
Yes, if I came into a car and you're listening to Ornette Coleman, The Shape of Jazz to Come, or like fucking Ascension by John Coltrane, I'm like, oh my God, who are you?
I know John Coltrane.
Yeah.
I don't know those other things you just said. Those sound like gibberish to me. It sounds like you're reading a menu from a different country of a restaurant that I don't know. But I know John Coltrane. I know that. Okay. So
So that would literally, you want to fucking blow my mind? Do something like that.
but I know
Listen back to this and listen to the name that I said, and then throw on one of those.
I'm gonna
albums when
have to
get in
because
your
I
car.
edit this stuff, so I'm gonna hear it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna write it.
You're not gonna do that.
But no.
But yeah, it would just be fun.
Well, the thing is,
It's fun when people like surprise you like that, right?
I mean, yeah, it's yes, surprising.
No one ever does. They just let you down. That's why
of
you're
course.
the way you are.
Well, yeah,
But
I'm
on occasion,
spiteful.
you do get surprised by people, and it is delightful.
Well, the thing about it is, I am pleasantly surprised by a lot of things. I like surprises, but I also don't like surprises. Right. It's very confusing because,
You like things the way they are.
Sort of. So if somebody gets me a present, or like, and I'm not expecting it, I don't know how to react. Because then it's like I'm put in a position where I'm like, thank you. And what if I don't need it? Or what if it's not necessary? If you got me a pair of shoes.
Why would you worry about that?
That's the thing. I
Like just
I do.
think like, oh, thanks, man.
Think of Michelle Obama when Melania Trump brought the present on the first day of Trump's presidency. He was going to take, and they give Michelle Obama the present, and they have her on camera going like, and she didn't know what to do. So I do that. And so that's the thing though. I panic and I overthink those things. Just like when I get compliments, I overthink it. And then I'm like, I don't take it well. Yeah. And so I don't take
I'm the same
well.
way actually. Okay.
But the thing
not with the gifts thing, but the compliments thing.
But that thing about the compliments though is I'm a Leo. And so we're supposed to thrive on compliments and stuff like that. And I don't. I panic. I get sweaty. And so somebody said it's because I'm a cusp. Because I'm a Cancer Leo cusp. I'm right on the first day of Leo, so I'm technically a little... I don't know what all this stuff means, but from my understanding, cusp means you have a little bit of both. And
from my understanding, it's all fucking bullshit. But okay,
100%. Like I don't disagree in the slightest. That's why I say typically like that. I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
In that tone. Also.
But I mean, as someone who knows you well, I'd like to think that I am. You are vastly overconfident. But you don't like compliments, which they seem incongruous.
The thing is, like, I'll
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll be very confident and very
cocksure.
Very cocksure. Yeah. Like I think strong as a bull.
Yeah.
So
girthy, sure.
And I'm sure of myself. Yes. Yeah. But in reality, if I'm put on the spot, like on certain things, I will sweat. I will panic. And that's why I need to practice the pitching and stuff like that because I'm not good at it. That's also a trait of a Leo too, is the confidence.
For someone who thinks it's bullshit,
I know
really reference it quite a bit.
I know the traits of what a Leo is supposed to be, and it's confidence. I have a very alluring sexual prowess, charming, humorous, and so the humorous, yes, I see the humor. The charm, I don't really see that, but humor could go hand in hand with charm. But either way. Back to La La Land and jazz.
Enough about you.
Jazz?
Yes, jazz.
J-A apostrophe A-Z-Z-E.
No.
Jazz.
J-A apostrophe H.
Oh, jazz. J-A apostrophe H-A-Z-Z-E.
Yeah.
Jazz.
Yeah. E with a little, yeah.
The squiggle? Yeah.
Not an Enya over.
What about Enya? I'm sorry. Wait, that's Sade. No, is that Enya?
Oh, it's just got off the rails. Boy.
and you got Van Damme doing the splits in a Volvo commercial between two trucks. That fucking commercial is still so that's like peak commercial to have Van Damme doing the splits as those fucking trucks are going reverse. They're not going forward, they're going backwards. Anyway, so jazz music, I have grown to like it, but only certain styles. So the free jazz, absolutely not. There's just too much shit going on. I'm like, this guy's going to and this guy over here's going and this guy over here's going I don't know if they're going that heavy with the drums, but it's just too random, chaotic. And while if I listen to, other stuff, I can't think of names. Because when I put on the jazz, I have a thing on here on my Spotify. I don't know who it is because I never have my Spotify open. It's always minimized, but so I don't know who's playing what.
You throw a little cool jazz, something like that. Little Miles, a little Dave Brubeck or something like that. Or
is the woman that sang? Oh my god, I don't know. I can't think of her name right now.
Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday.
Yeah, is she Ella Fitzgerald? Is she jazz?
Yeah, 100%.
She's the one that sang in the Blues Brother movie, right?
Nah, it's Aretha Franklin.
Okay, is Aretha Franklin considered jazz?
No, she's a soul singer.
Okay, so would you say soul and jazz, they can kind of go hand to hand too?
I mean, yeah, it's all,
Because I thought Ella Fitzgerald was more on the line of how
jazz.
The other lady's name you just said.
Aretha Franklin. The lady.
I don't know.
She's one of the greatest singers.
I understand, but I can't remember.
The greatest singers of all time.
I'm sorry. I am not music like you are.
Yeah, but you know the song Respect, right? R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Yes, of course I know that song. But just thinking of the names.
Aretha Franklin.
I'm not the best with names sometimes, Jared. So what do you want me to do?
Yeah, but that's like saying like, oh, I don't know music. You know that fucking...
that
blue suede shoe dude. I don't know what the fuck his name is.
Those guys that like they sing about toxicity. And,
No, they're literally like the most famous people of all time.
System of a Down. I'm just
no,
kidding. I was talking about System of a Down.
Yeah,
that's toxicity. So,
like who Elvis is, right? The singer Elvis. The Beatles are.
Oh, Elvis, the guy based on
Yeah.
And the Beatles based off of the Bee Gees. Yeah. No, what is another insect name? No, it was I'm thinking of the monkeys, like the Simpsons joke where they don't even write their own lyrics. Okay, it doesn't matter. Continue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. Ella, you can be forgiven in not knowing who she is.
I know who she is.
Much of the travesty.
I know the name when I hear it, but if I heard her singing, I'm not gonna be like, is that Ella Fitzgerald? Like, I just wouldn't. Now, Aretha Franklin, I think I would kind of know because she has a unique voice. But again, names,
they both do.
I don't know. I'll have to play a sample of it for the show, which I'm not going to do because we have the rights to that. Mm-hmm. But actually, now that I think about it, I think you can just do that because how did this get made? Played stuff. They played the clips and they play music and stuff. Anyway, sorry. So La La Land.
Like I said, I'm not a jazz expert or anything like that. Like I literally work with some people who know way more about music than I do. Like this is just how it is.
Do you feel intimidated by that?
A little bit. A little jealous.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you son of a bitch. But they're cool guys. I'm like, all right, I like it.
They're a bunch of cool guys.
But yeah, you should definitely know who Aretha Franklin is. And I guarantee if I should, like, not putting you on the spot because I know you know, but you know who Ray Charles is, of course, piano player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Blind. Yeah. Jimmy Fox.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what it is. There hasn't been an Aretha. Wait, there is an Aretha movie. The girl from American Idol played her.
Dreamgirls?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Jennifer Hudson played her.
She's funny.
Did she? Am I just making that up? I think.
Well, I know she was in Dreamgirls.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was about her or about Aretha.
No, it's not. But I'm saying she did another movie, I think.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
You should watch it.
Okay, so continue.
I've never seen it, but you shouldn't watch it.
Okay, I shouldn't?
I'm sure it's not that great. But so La La Land, I understand the bittersweetness of the end, but like the story in general, like of two, would they be determined people? I'd say maybe Sebastian's a little more determined than
I would say so.
Than Mia. But like, do you want to be sad? Like these, they're like their paths crossed, or their paths are in completely different directions, right? But they did cross for that time that they were together, and you almost just want to, which I think what that moment at the end portrays, that gives you the goosebumps,
right?
Just them like appreciating the time that they did have together.
Well, I think that was her way of saying like you are appreciated.
Yeah,
and
when that's what I'm saying. Him using the Seb name instead of Chicken on a Stick is
that's valid.
Like, that's his homage to, I don't know if that's
Like
the right word.
just the
To her.
Yeah, the love
the
that he probably still has
importance,
for her.
yes.
Because no matter what, like any relationship you be in, if you were in love with that person, there's always going to be a part of them that you always love.
Yeah.
Even with friendships, like granted, there's many friends that I don't see anymore that I still think about all the time and stuff. That I just can't see them just because like our schedules are different. They don't live in the area and shit, or they have their own lives now. Like they have different friends. Like so be it. But like there's many friends that I have that just like, like even so I've talked about her. Like my friend Anthony's mom, Caroline. Like I think about her every day, and she was not my mom.
Every day.
Every day.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's weird. I think
Not
it's just,
weird, bad. It's peculiar.
Sure. I don't even think it's that because the love that I had for her, the way she took care of me, it was very motherly, and like even more so than my mom's. Now I love my mom too. And
I don't want you to get me wrong. Like,
sure, you're wrong.
It's you shouldn't think that way.
Right.
You're a bad person for thinking that. No,
You're a horrible person.
how do I put it this way?
How do I say this?
She's not your mom.
You're a
can't
piece
have
of shit. Anthony's gonna call him like, "Hey, stop talking about my fucking mommy." But like, still, so friends.
Just so everyone knows who's listening, like, oh my god, I can't believe he told that to Brandon. That's the friendship, folks. That's what we signed up for.
They didn't sign up for anything. They might have subscribed, and they are unsubscribed now. So, but there's just certain relationships that there'll always be that piece of them that like they're with you.
I don't know if there's anybody that I think about every day. That makes me sad.
Well, I only think about her because she's also gone now too.
I've never known this love.
If Caroline was still alive, like I'm sure I wouldn't. But unfortunately, since she has passed away, like, and I didn't get to say bye. I didn't get to tell her like how much she meant to me and stuff like that. Which I plan on doing when I accept awards and stuff like that. Is just to express my it's his whole family.
Yeah.
But like just to say like what you meant, like your whole family, what you did for me growing up. So it's.
Who are you gonna thank first in your dad or Arnold?
My Lord and Savior Satan. My joke speech is this. Like I'll walk up like, oh my God, I didn't even expect this. I didn't have anything ready, and I have a speech. And like, well, first and foremost, I got to thank my Lord and Savior Satan. And then you guys didn't see the gesture I made. I start to point up, and then I go down.
Yeah,
go down to Satan, and then I probably start
talking about the big man downstairs.
Old fallen angel himself. So Satan. Can I get a hell yeah out there? Give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah. Just somebody in the very back. It's a plant. It's you. I just planted you in the back for some reason. But
if you were to do that,
I
said, you know how I feel about the awards, but I would go to watch you make that speech. You'd pussy out. You know you would.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I'd be sweating though profusely because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to say it. So I think the best acceptance speech was Joe Pesci when he accepted for, was it Goodfellas? Mm-hmm. And he's like, thank you all so much. And he just leaves.
Deuces.
Yeah. And I was like, that's very quick. But anyway, you got to thank the Lord and Savior Satan, probably the family, loved ones, significant others. You got to, and then I would probably thank the people that didn't believe in me, and then the people that did believe in me, and then I would say something inspirational at the end, like, hey, parents out there, support your kids if they want to go into the arts.
I just don't understand.
Yeah. And if I may quote a modern philosopher of Will Smith, parents just don't understand, and then slap people.
Just get booed off the stage.
Right, Chris Rock? Bad. Yeah. I was saying boo earns, but I've said that for years, and I want to start with that Satan joke because everybody thinks God, and I think that would fucking slay. At the same time,
I think it would go terribly.
At the same time, I think it would also go very poorly.
It would. I think it would just not be appreciated in its time. But
if you know who I am,
yeah.
If you listen to this podcast for years, if you've seen the stuff that we've done and the jokes that we make, you're gonna know, like, Brandon, you fucking asshole, like just being a little shit. I think if my mom saw that, she's not religious in the slightest, but like she'd be like, ugh. But like a few of my friends that are religious, ugh, like fucking, but they're also gonna know it's just me being a little troll shit.
Yeah. And
so again, I think
fucking amazing.
I'm telling you, if we are at the Academy Awards, we're at the Emmys, whatever it is, I'm saying it right now.
They might even cut like that segment out of like the
out of
show,
the West Side,
like,
out of the West Side cut, not the East.
It would just go to the bars.
Oh,
Technical difficulties.
I don't know. Like, there's been many political things that people have done when they go to these
That's
award
true.
ceremonies.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So like, if I were to say that,
They showed Will slap fucking Chris.
right.
So yeah.
So I would think that me saying the Satan joke, I think that would stay. And again, I think I would get some laughs out of it, but the like
Uncomfortable.
yeah, the
laughs.
uneasy laughs, and that's what I want. Like I like that because I myself will be very much uncomfortable because I'm in front of hundreds of people, my peers, people I've looked up to for years, and like, that kind of rhymed. But to again start with that joke, like
It's hard.
that's so hard.
So hard.
And then when they do the interview after, when you have the award, like, hey, Brandon, what the fuck? And I'll be like, here's the thing.
These are the jokes, folks. Deal with it.
Yeah. Drop the award. Tomahawk it to the ground. Just fucking slam it down.
Stuff it, rub your fucking crotch down the front page. Just throw it out.
Whip my dick out. And you put it between the globe. And
just slapping Oscar's face.
I put it on the desk. So this is the Oscar right. That's my cock.
Hello, is this thing on?
Hold on. Let me get a little more dick residue on this. And just drag it along. Make my own snail trail on a fucking Oscar face.
That would be the end of your career.
Oh,
but,
100% that would be.
Oh my God.
The Satan joke I think would get a lot of shit, but I think truly the internet would like it. But of course, there's going to be those conservative people like, oh my God, cancel him. But I'd be like, hey guys, that was the point. You fucking losers. Now you're just giving me more press. Hey, you want to get me another deal? Like, let's do it. I would have to thank my agent too. I'd have to. I promised her that she'd be in the top 3 of thanks if she gets me those gigs. So if she does and you pull through, Anissa, there we go. But if you don't, you're fired. So anyway, back to La La Land, because that was like 20 minutes-ish. Did you like this movie?
I mean, I love it so much. Like, it's embarrassing.
But not more than West Side Story. It'll never be more than West Side Story.
No. You know why? Because the music is so good in West Side Story.
Oh, okay.
Not that I don't love like the melodies, like that motif that she said, like that. Just it's throughout the movie. I like how it's used like a couple different ways too. Like it's used with him playing. And then it's used like on the radio that she hears in the restaurant when she goes to hang out with her boyfriend. Yeah. And then she's like, oh my God, there's the song. And she just leaves him to go be with Ryan. Yeah. Which is kind of weird. Like she just never, it'd be funny if like she just walked out of the restaurant and they just ghosted that guy forever. They never heard from her again until she becomes a super famous actress. Like, that's where she's been 5 years ago. She left me at a restaurant. I never heard her.
Yeah. I think I dated that girl once. I went on a date with that girl, and now she's this huge celebrity.
Yeah, okay. Show me her number. It's just blocked. Like, oh, I swear this is her.
Yeah. And you call it, it's like, hello, because she has a different number now.
Hello with these.
Only kakalash. Crab juice and Mountain Dew. Ugh, Mountain Dew. It's a Simpsons joke, everybody. That's what you're here for. So it's a bittersweet ending. I like this kind of ending because it's still happy, but at the same time, it's not like happy, like American cinema where it has to be the best possible ending. And that's always a complaint of mine with American cinema is even though I truly love American cinema, but like you go to other countries and stuff and their movies are not like this. There's a lot of bleak endings. There's a lot of not so happy endings. And what was it?
You don't think the end of Amor is...
Ichi the Killer is so good. Like Ichi the Killer is a great one. No, like...
Someone snuffing out his wife, like
you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's right.
Did you see the movie Mother with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yes, I hated it so much.
Fucking bad.
Oh my God!
And she was dating that guy at that time.
Aronofsky?
Yeah, and like he was super obsessive about it and stuff. But like the scene with like beating her up and shit, I was like, Anyway, what about Rosemary's Baby? Was that a good movie to you?
I love that movie. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. The movie's stupid. I hate it. Did you know they made a fucking porno?
I don't love it as much as Chinatown.
Okay.
Polanski's other movie, but I enjoy it. Did I say I love it? I enjoy it. But I've only seen it a couple times.
Chinatown or Rosemary? Yeah, I hated that movie. They made a porno about it called, I think it's Rosie's Baby, and it was like in the 70s, same time frame too, and I prefer that much more than Rosemary's Baby. But anyway, La La Land, I do also like it. I think it's a really good movie.
What do you think about like directors? Because it's his second movie, it's not his first movie.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah. What's 1, 2, 3? Yeah, 2's right.
Okay, good. There it is. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Kind of like how.
Yeah, that adds up. I think.
Quentin does it in Pulp Fiction, or Paul Thomas Anderson does it like in Boogie Nights. Like it feels like they get their foot in the door and they make that first movie, right?
What was Paul Thomas's first?
Hard 8
Okay.
or Sydney, I think he wants it to be called, but whatever.
Okay.
But they do that first movie and they just get it under their belt, and then their second movie, that's where they fucking go like balls to the wall.
Well, Quentin's first was what, Reservoir?
Yeah.
And then it was Pulp. And so I didn't ever heard of Hard 8, but then obviously Boogie Nights. Yeah. And what was the other guy said? So Damien, so he had Whiplash, which that's his first movie, phenomenal too.
Yeah.
A lot of orange and yellow hues, but like, hey,
green.
What are you talking about?
Green.
There's a lot of yellow.
Yeah. Orangey. I'd say.
Yeah. Where's the green?
The very beginning of the movie.
Oh, that's the beginning. Yeah, but most of the movie's yellow.
No, like on the stage and some of the performances, like the
I'd have to watch it again.
The car crash performance.
I haven't seen
where
it in
he's
a couple
like
years.
all bloody.
Yeah, he comes in. He's
like
yeah,
that's super
drops
green
the stick.
too. Yeah.
That ending though too.
Astounding ending.
Oh my god! Like you have J.K. against it the whole way. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he's just like, I'll get you in. I'll get you in.
This is for you, buddy. Come on.
Yeah, listen. And then he's against him the whole time. He's like begrudgingly like, and he's doing it. And then he keeps going because he's playing
Caravan.
Thank you. I was gonna say Karamaboo.
Caribou. Yeah.
And keeps going, right?
Caillou, the theme song to Caillou.
Yeah. And then he starts playing Ponyo, and then but he keeps going, and then JK's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "I got it." And then he realizes the commitment and
the
like
greatness.
that he's capable of, and let me get that for you. And he like fixes the what is that, hi-hat? Cymbal. What's the hi-hat? Is that the two that go together? Okay. Name them real quick. Snare. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So all I know is a snare.
Uh-huh.
I know the bass. Like, isn't the bass with the foot?
Yeah.
Is that not a bass? Oh, a kick.
Yeah.
It's a kicker drum.
Kick drum.
Okay. Hi-hat.
Hi-hat.
Cymbal.
Okay, they're all cymbals, but yeah.
I was testing you.
I mean, they're not. The drums are the drums, and the cymbals are the cymbals.
Okay, then tell me what they all are.
Well, so you have so the basic kit would be your 1, 2, 3, 4 piece essentially. So you have your snare, the cracky sound, of course. The pop, the sizzle, thumps. You want to think of it as thump, sizzle, and pop. So thump is the kick, sizzle is the.
Is that not called a bass drum?
It's it's kick, bass.
I always called it a bass drum. Okay,
it's fine.
Okay.
You're not wrong. I was just
You're just not right either.
Yeah. Toms, doop 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 doop.
So that's so the bottom row is typically what, the snare.
The snare. You have the tom up in front of you, the smaller tom, and then a floor tom over to your side. Your hi-hats. Actually, no, you would play that on the right, but
Why do you have to play that on the right?
Well, that's just how you keep it's
sorry.
Just listen. Okay. The hi-hats are the two together. That right. You have your crash.
Is that the loud one?
That's your crash.
Is that the loudest, like the
sure.
cymbal?
And then the bigger one would be the ride cymbal. That's like the.
So if you hit those cymbals at a certain angle, you get a different sound, no?
Sure. Different angle, different point on the cymbal itself.
But not so much with the drum, unless you're depending on the pressure you're hitting it with, correct?
Yes.
Like, so if I'm like, bam, like it's going to be loud, but if I'm like hitting it lighter, it's going to have a different sound.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What's that drum? It's not a drum. What's that cymbal that they play in other countries where it's like, it's upside down sort of?
Steel drum?
Like,
Not a steel drum?
Maybe. I don't know.
A marimba?
What about a Roomba? Are you cleaning your
That's
house?
not a drum, but it's like little tubes and stuff like that.
Maybe I have to show you a picture. But either way, Whiplash was great. Reservoir Dogs, great. Never saw Hard 8. But then to compare their second movies, so you got Pulp Fiction. Mm-hmm. I mean, almost a perfect movie. You have La La Land, very good movie. Yeah. And then you have Boogie Nights, phenomenal movie. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if probably people wouldn't even put it up there. Like, I don't know if I would have put La La Land in the same category as Boogie Nights and Pulp Fiction. Sure. But just like the audacity of the movies in general.
Such big words.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just like they're going for and they all do it. Like, they're all just wearing all of their influences.
Well, you have bigger budgets too.
Bigger budgets.
Like, you have a bigger budget. And then you have a little more clout now that you just made this like really good movie. Mm-hmm. Of course, you're gonna get better actors. So you get you got your Mark Wahlbergs, your John C. Reillys, your Julianne Moore's, that, and then you get Gosling, Emma Stone, and then Quentin. You get Quentin. You get Travolta. You get Vaughn. You get Not Vince Vaughn. I'm sorry. Who am I thinking of? Isn't there?
Samuel Jackson?
No.
Bruce Willis?
No. Who's the guy that is in the
Ving
Punch Out?
Rhames?
Ving Rhames. I said Vaughn. Yeah, it's Ving Rhames.
Ving Vaughn?
Yeah, Bruce Willis. Like these huge at the time, these big names. So it's like
I don't know if they were all I think Bruce Willis
Travolta
was
wasn't. Travolta was like on his way out.
Yeah.
And this is a movie that brought him back in. Like he was trying to get out. They had to bring him back in. You give him a little taste. Yeah, you got to come back. So,
But it's funny because like if you were to watch, did you see that little clip of the dance in the Fellini movie 8.5?
No.
Okay, but as the camera goes, it like backs up a little bit, and you see that it's just a couple dancing outside in Italy, and you immediately see like, oh, that's where Travolta got the idea for the dance number in Pulp Fiction, with Mia and oh my God,
So a movie older than
Vincent.
from the 70s, like what, 60s or something like that?
Oh my God, when did 8.5 come out? 1961
big of
or
six?
something like that. 62.
Okay. And Greece was what? 75? Oh, I'm sorry. What's the Travolta movie we were talking about? We were talking about
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. I'm sorry. So that was what, 92? 94?
Pulp Fiction's 94.
94. Okay. 94. That's Terminator 2.
No, Terminator 2 is 1991.
What's 94? Dumb and Dumber. Nailed it. That's what I was mistaking them for. That's you get the correlation between.
But like if you were to watch or see clips of movies like Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
Nobody listening to this has ever heard of. But yes.
But like if you see like, oh my God, that's where Damien was influenced to make La La Land, or like I think I told you before, maybe it was like just the last episode that sequence in Singing in the Rain, the Broadway melody, like the very end, the dream sequence of La La Land, like oh my God, like the palettes are just like
The lighting
on.
in this was very fucking spot on. The cinematography in this movie is very good. The acting in this movie is very good. John Legend, not so good. But like other
He's
than
fine.
that, other than that, I greatly liked La La Land as well. And it's our first musical. It's not going to be our last. I'm sure of it. But I don't know if I'll ever do West Side Story, because I mean, I think if we do West Side Story, you're not only going to come really hard, but you're also going to talk so much, and that's fine. I want you to talk, and I'm going to have not much to say, because
Why?
I just don't. I don't. When I watch musicals, when I listen to music, like you know a lot more of what's happening than I do, because I don't know instruments. I don't know with voices. I don't like how they're singing and stuff like that. You know what I know about voices? Baritones. And that's the only word I know. I think there's one with a B. Baritone. No, but like, I don't know.
You say baritone?
I don't know. Is it baritone or is
Baritone.
That's what I was saying. See? What did you hear? You heard an M?
Baratomba with a B at the end.
No, it's Baratomba, like the game from PlayStation 2.
Baritone Raider. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking love that game, bro.
No, it's Baratomba 2, Lost in the...
Baratomba Matumbo, the setter for.
No, Baratomba Slice. He's doing some backyard brawling. Really quick, I'm sorry. I saw on Reddit.
Baratomba Slice.
I saw on Reddit.
That was good. That was pretty
That
good.
somebody was talking about the UFC fights from last week, and how that guy retired. He's like, he's a Florida legend and all this shit. And then somebody else comments like, dude, that was just a circle jerk for fucking Trump. Like that whole thing, all those fighters.
It
were
was
just,
terrible.
Just praising Trump. And then they're bringing up the guy though. Like he had like three.
Jorge Masvidal, that's who you're talking about, by the way.
He had like 3 good fights. And on that, like everybody else, who gives a shit? He had the one where the kick to the guy in the head, done in the fastest fight. There was another one where I don't remember these names, but there's 2 other fights the person mentioned that I kind of know of, because I've seen highlights of them.
Would you like me to tell you? Or
Nope.
Just, okay.
Well, if you go ahead, say 'em.
Well, I mean, so he's kind of like a journeyman fighter for most of his career. He had a lot of fights.
Yeah,
but then magically when he was 33 years old, 34 years old when it finally, like, everything came together. So he knocked out a guy in England, Darren Till. His next fight was that flying knee knockout of Ben Askren. That's the one you're talking about. And then he had that fake belt with the Rock that the UFC made for him and Nate Diaz to fight each other, the BMF belt. So that was like his biggest.
What did BMF stand for?
I think
Bad motherfucker.
Yeah, I think you know exactly what it says. Exactly.
Took me a second to think about it. When you talk about the Rocks, I'm like, okay. That's silly.
But then when he actually fought the actual champion, he couldn't beat him. And he got knocked out.
Just like in that fight we saw, like he that other guy just kind of.
I mean, just kind of sad. It's less sad now that you know he's kind of a douche.
Yeah.
I think I told you there's the shot of him.
They're here for you, just so you know. I had
Oh, it's nice, folks.
Yeah.
If anyone asks, my name is Gary Muttonville.
Okay. My name is top
I'm
secret.
a door-to-door microwave salesman.
Yeah, I sell knives for Cutco.
Yeah, out of Sandusky, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So he's a piece. He's a piece of work.
he just went all Trump. I don't understand anyone's love for that guy. So
I don't either.
It's kind of
because he was sitting courtside, or not courtside. I'm sorry. He was sitting ringside, and he's sitting next to Kid Rock up and down the coast. Because you got to get in the pit. What is it? You got to love someone? What did he say?
Get in the pit, try to love someone.
He's a piece of shit too. Bud Light, bro. Who'd have thought Bud Light would be the one thing that gets so many people angry?
Why are we talking about this on?
Anyway, yeah, it's fine. So that guy, what's his name?
Jorge Masvidal.
Masvidal. But I was just reading these things, that same stuff you were telling me too. Just that the journeyman, like they put all that stuff in there as well.
I always feel like it's such a an insult to come. Like he was a good fighter. It's just everything just never kind of went his way. A lot of split decisions that didn't go his way on the cards. Mm-hmm. So he had a lot of losses, but
yeah, he retired.
They stopped. So
yeah.
Retired.
Anyway, so the next movies that we're gonna do is it's M like Mary, N like Nancy, is My Cousin Vinny, which is available on.
I kind of wish you would have went M like Mary, N for Nary.
and it's My Cousin Vinny, which is available on Amazon Prime, and then N. Mike, what are you doing for N?
We are doing available on HBO Max. No Country for Old Men.
I thought, because I know you're going to go between No Country and Networks, and I thought you were going to just say fuck it and say Networks. I've seen Network. Keep saying Networks.
Yeah,
I've seen Network. They have that as a comedy, which to me, again, I don't see that as a comedy in the slightest. But in the episode of Man Beast that hopefully I could put out this weekend, we have a reference to that, which is the famous line, like, I'm angry and I'm not taking it anymore. And Jackie quotes that verbatim.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, like,
that's nice.
Because she's talking about, she's in the bar and she wants the free appetizer or whatever. And the guy's, we don't do that Monday through Friday. It's Saturday. And she's like, well, we're hungry as hell. We're not going to take it anymore. And when I wrote that, I was like, nobody's going to fucking know this. But
I don't know. It's pretty famous. One of the most famous movie quotes of all time.
Sure, but even in the commercial for there's that cash or something like I want my money now. Like it's very similar to how that is too. But anyway, so thank you for listening to this episode. You can make recommendations for us for Spectacular by emailing us at spectacular@gmail.com. Again, M and N are already taken. So if you want to think of O and P, then let us know.
Open season.
Sure, the animated movie open season, and
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Fuck no. Although I've heard good things about that, but
oh wait, Pan's Labyrinth.
If that's available on something, I don't want to listen to Spanish, and be bummed out by fucking child murders. Anyway,
smashing.
Yeah, the crunchy crunch. Anyway, everybody, thank you for listening, and you have a great rest of your day. Mike, why don't you take us away?
Oh, this is Spectacular. We're watching movies now. We're having lots of fun now. Singing all these songs. I don't know how the rest of the melody goes, but that's good enough.
What's important is you tried.
Yay!